it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top.
And they're good dancers.
I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it.
and
I got
just,
it.
Come on,
You ready?
I can't go to a concert and not understand a word I'm listening. Another boy band that probably sings in American has to exist alongside them. Like,
I'm trying to get that dough. Every day is another struggle. This is my life. So what if my parents say no? Just sit back.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to BTS versus boy bands coming back. I'm not really sure what this is about. This was recommended to me, but here we are. Okay, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Patreon is now live and open. You know, I'm always gonna promote Patreon in every single video that I do, so the link will be down below. And I do have BTS reactions as well as Blackpink reactions, Nicki Minaj, EXO, Twice, whatever you want to get into, it's there. If you do have recommendations, though, you can just drop it down in the comments here. And let's get into the video.
Because their success is more the result of an increasing growth rather than a hit song or a band. However, since their first appearance on an American award show at the 2017 BBMAs and their US TV debut at the 2017 AMAs, it was clear that they became the biggest boy band in America and in the world.
Period.
However, this was seen as a fluke. Many believe that since One Direction did not exist anymore, the industry needed a new boy band just like them to replace them. History showed that it had always been this way. BTS was just a random group that became the most popular only because there were no other options available, right?
I don't believe that, though.
The Western music industry had several attempts to create their next big boy band. The Miami-based boy band CNCO debuted the same month One Direction announced their hiatus, and they were also formed like them in a TV music competition. Although they tried gaining a Latin American audience first, which by the way they succeeded at that, the group eventually had eyes on an American audience. Reason why they did many interviews in American media and released versions of their songs featuring English-speaking artists such as Little Mix and Meghan Trainor. Even though CNCO had a couple of hits in Latin America, they couldn't break into the American music industry. Forever in Your Mind was another boy band formed in a TV music competition that tried to fill the empty boy band space. Actually, it was the same competition which formed One Direction, The X Factor, but this time in its American version. Even Disney put money on them and signed them to their label. Their promotion included appearances as guest actors on Disney shows, releases of Disney songs medleys, and playing their songs on Radio Disney and their music videos on the Disney Channel. Despite all of this, the group saw almost no success in the industry. The British trio New Hope Club was also formed at the end of 2015 by a new label created by the group The Bumps. Simon Cowell, who formed One Direction, formed the American-Canadian boy band pretty much in 2016, without much success as well. The American boy band Why Don't We was also formed in 2016, but when Atlantic Records decided to sign them in 2017, it was too late. BTS had already stepped foot in America. There were clearly many attempts to fill the space of the biggest boy band in the world, but none of them could fill the title. There were many options.
See, but I don't agree with that, though. I don't agree with that. The whole filling the void thing. I'm not saying that if that does happen where an artist or a group is not active anymore or not making music or whatever, that the execs behind these labels aren't in search of whoever can take that person's place. Because let's keep it a funk. You can say that about a lot of these artists, not just BTS. You can say that about a lot. That's like saying, oh, well, if Beyonce wasn't here, then her protege, Chloe, you know, would she be popping if Beyonce wasn't here because she's very similar to her? Or let's say Blackpink. Oh, because Fifth Harmony's not here anymore. We need the void to fill the girl pop lane. So that's why Blackpink is here. And that's why they're thriving. Like, I think that's stupid. Again, not saying that these executives behind the scenes are not pushing artists to the forefront, because there is a void. But I'm not going to equate it all to that, because we're not going to act like these groups and these artists don't be having slaps. we're not gonna act like their songs is not popping and that they're not talented. Now, can you say that they're pushed more because there is a void and they're trying to fill that void and they're trying to make money in that lane that once was, I guess, had already been discovered, or there already have been somebody there? Yeah. But I'm not going to equate someone's complete and entire existence and success just because someone else is not here. Like, I'm not finna do that. Absolutely not.
And the public chose BTS, an Asian group from South Korea who didn't sing in English and who was not signed by an American label. While these labels intensely debuted their boy bands from the beginning of 2016 to the end of 2017, BTS took these couple of years to continue growing little by little in the Western music industry. However, because the many failed attempts didn't reach the general public, the Western music industry was still thinking that BTS's success in America was a fluke. And if new boy bands cannot compete against them, then the comeback of all boy bands definitely can. This is why when BTS started receiving all the American awards for the group categories, there was a wave of dead boy bands coming back.
Everyone is
The
back.
Jonas Brothers reunited on March of 2019 after a 6-year breakup. Their comeback song Sucker became the biggest song of their career as a group, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The promotion for this song was huge. The brothers had interviews with many radio and TV stations. They appeared every day on The Late Late Show with James Corden from March 4th to March 7th. But most importantly, the song was played so much on radio that it became the number 1 song on US radio at the moment. It looked like they were going to take the crown for the biggest boy band like back in their day, but only 2 months after their comeback, BTS released Boy With Love. And the Jonas Brothers' popularity was shallow. The industry didn't quit though. The Chicago Tribune even released an article predicting BTS's downfall because the Jonas Brothers are back, and just in time to show the BTS's of the world how it's really done. The prediction failed completely. Because of Sucker and Boy With Love, both groups were rightfully nominated for the Best Group and Group of the Year categories at the Kid Choice Awards, the MTV Europe Music Awards, the MTV Video Music Awards, the American Music Awards, and the Billboard Music Awards. Additionally, both music videos were nominated at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. BTS won 5 of the 6 categories where the Jonas Brothers were also nominated. The same thing happened the next year, only that this time, the Jonas Brothers received less nominations than in their comeback year. This is because even though their comeback song was big, their next big single didn't get far. It couldn't even get to number 1 on iTunes because of BTS's surprise release of Black Swan. The nostalgia was gone. Compared to the Jonas Brothers, the many other comebacks that will follow seem extremely small. The British boy band JLS announced a comeback in 2019, reuniting after a 6-year split. By 2020, the group signed a record deal with BMG, and they released their comeback album in 2021, which peaked at number 4 in UK charts.
I don't know them.
Today, we'll go down in history.
Let's go.
Introducing the Disney Plus Day offer.
In 2021, the American boy band Big Time Rush announced that if one of their posts gets 500,000 likes, they will come back. They have not reached that number of likes till this day, but they had a comeback anyways, breaking their 8-year hiatus. Their comeback song made no appearance.
You know what I think was happening? I think that the States had seen the success of BTS, and they were not getting a piece of the pie. They weren't getting that guap. And I think that they said, well, because we're not getting that guap, they're getting all the nominations, they're getting all the accolades, all the awards, they're getting number 1s back to back, collaborating with this artist and that artist in America and over here and there, and they're just so major. We are pissed about that. So we're gonna get some of our old throwback groups who have real big fan followings to rival them. Because where did these groups start coming from out of the woodwork? They had been on hiatuses for like 6 to 8 years. where are you coming from? All of a sudden, everybody wants to pop back out once someone starts having like this global, worldwide success. That's very telling to me.
On charts, but it peaked at number 10 on US iTunes, while their second single peaked at 32. The Wanted announced their comeback in 2021 after a 7-year hiatus with a new single, a greatest hits album, and a tour. And most recently, British boy band Union J announced the comeback of the group in 2022 with its original members after many replacements and disbandments. Of course, not all of these groups intended to surpass BTS, like The Wanted, for example, who were just trying to reunite with their fans and donate to charities in honor of their member Tom Parker, who got diagnosed with cancer and sadly passed away recently. However, in some other cases, the skepticism and blatant jealousy was clear. Not only jealousy that they did not become the most popular boy band, but jealousy that an Asian group were the ones winning that title. These groups, their labels, and the Western music industry believe that even though BTS is bigger than these groups ever were, the world
they wasn't getting a piece of the pie.
And by proper boy band, they mean a white boy band.
I feel like that's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top.
They're good dancers.
I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it. I got it.
Come on. I can't go to a concert and not understand a word I'm listening. Another boy band that probably sings in American has to exist alongside them. The girls are singing in Korean, and I don't even know if they know what they're singing, but they're doing it.
Do you think there's room for all these boy bands that are out now?
Wow.
I think what'll happen is one will become. I mean, it could be
BTS.
us. It could be any of them.
And who are you?
Do you think BTS's success in America? Because when
they're not being played on the radio
is like
because it's not American.
One of the most
boy band fangirls, probably, I would say majority of them aren't over One Direction yet. Like, I think there needs to be an American boy band, and whether it happens in this year or the next 5 years, whenever it happens, it's gonna happen, and they're gonna live and coincide with BTS because it's two different things. So
are you saying in 2-3 years from now you think BTS is gonna be massive in America like they are currently?
If they make American lyrics,
they'll get played if like Selena Gomez called them up and said, "I want to do a song with you. I'll sing American in the verses, and I just want you to sing the chorus in Korean." That'll get played on the radio. But it's not because BTS is on it. It's because Selena Gomez is singing American on it.
You guys think you're the ones to take BTS to the next level?
No,
I'm down.
I mean, I do it. That's the.
This group tried for only 2 years, and because they didn't get immediate results, they quit. They haven't released music since 2018, but just like Victim Rush, they asked for a number of likes to come back and didn't reach the goal, not even close. The racism did not only come from white boy bands. Many of us would think that a Latin American boy band that sings in Spanish would at least understand the struggles of being a foreign artist in America, but that was not the case with this group.
Los coreanos, BTS.
Sí, claro.
Yo digo que ellos son como la versión de CNCO, pero en coreano. No, sí, no me gusta la comparación.
Sí nos gusta mucho lo que hacen.
Nos gusta mucho lo que hacen. Las letras son lindísimas, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
That is what?
¿Cómo sonaría súbemela? ¿Cómo sonaría en coreano? En coreano, a ver.
Wow. That is so racist.
I have a pen, I have an apple.
Things like this not only say a lot about
so
racism
ignorant.
and xenophobia in America, but also show that even though BTS are #1 and ARMYs are seen by many as scary, the industry does not respect them, not even enough to pretend they do.
Either way, it would be 7 members. That's what's terrible. I have no idea. Butter's great. Oh, Dynamite's there? Yeah, I thought that was a girl.
When One Direction became
A lot
the
of
most
people thought
popular
that
boy
was a
band,
girl.
other groups did not try so hard to compete against them. One Direction was not seen as a fluke. Their success was seen as natural and realistic. But when BTS sees an organic growth in popularity,
Did
the
they? They were
industry
put
tries
together
to deny
on
it,
X Factor.
Cries about it and fails to defeat them.
We are launching X Factor, the band. We're going to try and find either the biggest boy group in the world or the biggest girl group in the world. We've done it before, we're going to do it again. Right now, K-pop, you could argue, is ruling the world. Now, it's time for UK pop.
In the case of the debuts, the new groups just followed the same formula from the previous big boy band, which would have worked in other times, but not in an industry that now has BTS. They really thought that the next big thing was going to be a Western boy band that does not have any spectacular talent, and if they do, they don't show it until they disband and start their solo careers. The industry focused too much on debuting groups that have the One Direction typical sound with guys that seem relatable. They had the budget, but there was no art, no fashion, no new sound, no big performances, no passion, and no effort. The old boy bands at least tried to deliver the performance aspect, but they couldn't compete against BTS's experience of almost 9 years being fully active in the music industry as a group. BTS was able to become the biggest group.
But again, like, and this goes back to artist development. If y'all don't know, I did a video back on my channel. I think it was called The New Girls Can't Sing. I mean, this might have been like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And the video basically talked about artist development, like way back in the gap, how the girls, the R&B singers back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, they had real artist development where they would spend thousands and thousands of hours training their voice vocally and performing. And that was basically getting them groomed before they even signed a deal, before they even debuted, before any of that, before their first album. They spent thousands of hours just training their voice. And this goes back to it. You have a group like, let's not even put it on BTS. Let's take it out of BTS, but let's keep it in K-pop. I've been reacting to EXO. And even when I see EXO perform, the energy that they give is, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not shitting on my own Western culture. I'm not. I'm not. And I'm not trying to. But I have to call it out. I have to call it how I see it. I'm looking at the K-pop industry, and I understand that K-popers go through like crazy training where it's like 5-6 years they be training. But that's still a testament to artist development. That's still artist development. Now, you might not be getting it in a school or at a church or anything like that, but you are still grooming these artists before they debut. These boy bands that are just getting up there singing some fluky duke songs with a guitar and not giving no real energy behind it. It's giving, I've only trained for like a year maybe, and I wanted to do this, and I grew my popularity on social media. Like, that's what it's giving. It's not giving, I've been training for years, blood, sweat, and tears for this. Like, I live and breathe this. That's what it's not giving that. It's not. And I just have to call it out because I'm just looking at these K-pop groups, and I don't want to compare, but I have to, because we can't act like K-pop does not exist and that K-pop is not dominating right now. I'm looking at K-pop groups, and I'm looking at the groups in the West, and it's just not matching up. Now, we already know there's not like a lot of groups, but I'm looking at the groups that I've seen that this lady has shown on her video and their performances, and it's very lackluster. I'm just going to keep it a buck. It's giving very much lackluster. It's giving very much, we only rehearse for maybe like a few hours and we finna get on stage. It's not giving prep. It's not giving thousands of hours and spending time training and perfecting my voice and dancing my butt off for years and years. And that's why I think that K-pop is at an all-time high now, because these K-popers are going through rigorous training for years and years perfecting their craft. And these artists who are very much not even really humble, it comes off, oh, I got this in the bag. It comes off, oh, I'm fortunate, so I can get up here and half-ass it and not really give it my all because, you know, the culture gonna have my back. That's what it's giving. And I'm not really feeling it. And that's why K-pop is thriving. And let me wash my mouth. That's why K-pop is thriving, and people out here are like really bitter about it. If you really want me to keep it a bean, people are really bitter. Like Homeboy was sitting in that interview giving all types of bitter feelings. Mad because his group is not thriving. And where are they now? I don't know. Continue.
Act with limited resources, then transcend the K-pop label, then become the most popular group in the world, and now be one of the biggest acts in the industry, competing with the biggest male and female soloists. And who knows, there may be more boy band comebacks, but as Liam Payne from One Direction said, BTS are more focused on their careers than One Direction and these other groups ever were. They can keep trying, but as BTS grows in popularity, it gets harder and harder for mediocre white boy bands to be celebrated in the industry.
What did I say? Half-assed it mediocre.
Sell online and grow your business with Wix e-commerce. Create a beautiful storefront.
I know I went off in a rant. I'm sorry. I had to get it off my chest because the nasty, disgusting racism that they have received is just like, can we just appreciate talent? Like, can we just really appreciate talent? Why do we have to put an emphasis on, oh, because they're Korean? We know that they're Korean. Like, okay, that's obvious. We know that. But can we just say how talented they are? Can we just say that their music slapped, though? Can we say that their performances are out of this world and they are performing better than any of these other pop bands that I've seen? And I'm not even talking about the old school. I'm not talking about the NSYNCs and the Backstreet Boys because they in a level of their own. Like, we're not talking about them. I'm talking about the new school boy bands. None of them is seeing BTS. Like, I don't care who it is. None of them boy bands are seeing BTS. Ciao. Anyways, this was too long of a video. I was not planning for this video to be 20 minutes, but I went off on a rant. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Remember, Patreon link is in the description below. Turn on your post notifications so you can see when I drop another video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Done it all, been through it all. I walked over the motherfucking fire with sandals. Gonna burn your